Hey there, we all make mistakes even on our taxes. Maybe you forgot a payment, mistyped a number, or completely missed some income. Whatever it is, don't panic. Fixing a past tax mistake doesn't automatically trigger an audit. And if you do it the right way, you can avoid penalties or even reduce them. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to correct a past tax return, what the ATO looks for, how voluntary disclosure works, and the smart steps you can take to stay in the clear. Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. A tax mistake is anything that leads to an incorrect return being lodged. Here are some common ones. You forgot to include income from a second job or side hustle. You claimed deductions you weren't entitled to. You entered the wrong figures for your income or expenses. You missed capital gains from crypto, shares, or property. You made an error in reporting foreign income or bank interest. Sometimes it's accidental. Sometimes it's because your accountant didn't have full information. Other times it's just a simple typo. No matter how it happened, it's important to correct it. What happens if you do nothing? Some people assume the ATO won't notice. But in reality, the ATO has access to a lot of data. From banks, employers, crypto exchanges, and more. If they detect a discrepancy, here's what might happen. You'll get a letter or message in MyGov asking you to review your return. If it's minor, they might auto-adjust your return and send a new notice of assessment. If it's serious or repeated, you could be audited. And if it looks like you tried to hide something, penalties and interest apply. So ignoring a mistake can be risky. That's why it's often better to fix it yourself before the ATO catches it. So you've realized there's a mistake. What now? If the mistake is in a return from the last 2 years, you can lodge an amendment online. Here's how you can do it. Log into MyGov and go to your ATO-linked services. Choose the return you need to amend. Select View and then Amend. Make the changes, whether it's income, deductions, or other info. Add notes if needed and submit. After that, the ATO will review your amendment. If approved, they'll send you a new notice of assessment. If you owe more tax, you'll need to pay the shortfall, possibly with some interest. If you overpaid, you'll get a refund. You can also ask your registered tax agent to lodge the amendment for you. If the error is from more than 2 years ago, that's where it gets trickier. And voluntary disclosure comes into play. You may ask, what is voluntary disclosure? Voluntary disclosure is when you tell the ATO about a mistake before they find it. It's different from just lodging a simple amendment. You'll use the ATO's voluntary disclosure form to explain what the error was, how and why it happened, what the correct information should have been, when you realized the mistake, that you're correcting it before the ATO contacted you. This is important because it tells the ATO you're cooperating, you're taking responsibility, you're not trying to hide anything. In return, you may get reduced penalties, reduced interest charges, or no penalties at all. Let me give you a few examples of when voluntary disclosure is the smart move. Example 1. You forgot to declare a $12,000 side gig on your 2023 tax return. You realize this in July 2025. You amend the return and lodge a voluntary disclosure. Because the ATO didn't contact you first, they may waive the 75% penalty. Example 2. You sold some crypto in 2021 and never reported the gain. In 2025, you decide to clean up your record. You lodge a voluntary disclosure, admit the gain, and pay the backdated tax and interest. You may still owe interest, but the ATO might reduce or waive penalties. Example 3. You used a dodgy scheme to overclaim deductions for years. Now you're worried the ATO might catch on. Voluntary disclosure shows intent to do the right thing and could help you avoid prosecution. So, what triggers an audit? This is the big fear. People worry that amending a return will trigger an audit, but in most cases, it won't. The ATO understands that mistakes happen. You're much more likely to be audited if you consistently underreport income or overclaim deductions. Your returns don't match data from banks, employers, or investment platforms. You ignore an ATO letter or adjustment. You delay responding or make aggressive claims. Lodging a clear amendment or disclosure is seen as a positive sign. It shows you're willing to fix the mistake before they have to chase you. So, how do you reduce or avoid penalties when fixing a tax mistake? Here are a few key points. Fix the mistake before the ATO contacts you. Be honest and thorough in your disclosure. Provide documents if asked. Pay any shortfall or interest promptly. Work with a tax agent if you're unsure how to present your case. Penalties are tiered depending on intent, and the base penalty is a percentage of the shortfall amount. Honest mistake? Maybe no penalty at all. If you're reckless, the penalty could be up to 50%. If you are intentionally disregarding the law or obligation, you could be penalized up to 75%. Voluntary disclosure usually drops the penalty by 80% or removes it completely. While simple amendments can be done yourself, some cases are best handled by a professional. Here are the situations when you should get help. The mistake is several years old. You're correcting multiple years at once. You're not sure how to explain the error. You're nervous about an audit. You're trying to negotiate a reduced penalty or payment plan. A registered tax agent or accountant can deal with the ATO on your behalf and present your case in the best possible light. Let's wrap up with a few smart strategies. Check your MyGov and income statements carefully before lodging any return. Keep proper records, especially for crypto, side income, and property sales. If you notice a mistake, act early. Don't wait for the ATO to contact you. Use the voluntary disclosure form for anything more than a simple change. Remember, honesty and timing matter more than perfection. That's all for today. Hope this helped you feel more confident about correcting past tax mistakes. If it did, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more tax smart tips, and feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.